Hi everyone. I'm going to try and take this video a bit slower this time. I'm aware that I'm a very fast speaker. It's just the way I am. I've always been like that ever since I was a child. Everybody's always said, Katie, can you slow down please? And the answer to that is no. I'm not very good at that. But I'll give it a go. I shall try and slow down for you to make things that little bit easier and smoother to take on board. So I'd like to connect with the higher realms and my team again and see if we can get some more confirmation of this twin flame relationship that you have together. So just shuffling the cards now and I'll see which one is going to come forwards. Okay. And it is a beautiful card. Follow your heart. Now we couldn't get any more appropriate than that, could we really? You know, I think for a twin flame, or for anybody really, following your heart in life, in love, in your relationships is probably the best advice anybody can be given. Your heart is where the light and true sense of self shines through. So as a soul, you are true to your heart. You always follow the guidance as a soul because your heart is part of you. It is part of your soul. Now, sadly, when we come into incarnation and we are within the body and the 3D world, a lot of what the heart's desires are telling us get masked over, they get hidden, they get buried, they get squashed, suppressed, and it becomes so unclear what it is that we actually truly desire, because it's now at the very bottom of what seems like a murky pool of debris and dirt, and yeah, it's just hidden. It's so hard to reach. And in order to follow your heart, I think you really have to put the effort in to make and pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that your soul is offering to you. So realise I'm going fast again. I am sorry about that. Please accept my apologies. But yeah, we have to tune in with our soul, to listen carefully, to feel, and to know what it is you as a soul, as a spirit, have come here to learn, grow and do what it is you have come to achieve. And for many that is a lesson, or it can be many lessons. For some it is simply one lesson, and for a lot of you it is a matter of the heart. It is learning to discover the truth of who you are on this journey and what it is you wish to do with your life. And although we are individuals and we have our own direction, our own sense of self, when it comes to twin flames, we influence one another, even if that is indirectly. So your twin flame can come into your life and knock you down like the biggest avalanche you have ever heard of, and all of a sudden your world is not the same again, and it never will be. It was never meant to be. It is the purpose of a twin flame connection to come and shake you up, to let the light flood in. And if that flooding catches you off guard and throws everything up in the air and turns your life upside down, then so be it, because that is what is meant for you. And that is hard to overcome. That can take years to get your head around, to adjust to, and it's a daily battle. It is something that not everybody wishes to do. And you know, we have chosen, before we have come into this life, to choose that way of living, to follow the heart into the twin flame connection and become one with one another. And yet in the 3D reality, as a person, as an individual, as a human, we may be sat here saying, no, this is too much. I did not choose this. This is not for me. Why would I ask for this? It doesn't make any sense. It's impossible. I can't do it. I can't cope. And those are relative feelings. They are there for a reason. Do not disregard the way you feel. Simply allow it. Take the time to process how it is you are feeling. Understand that. Understand that that is part of the journey. And if that means that you are in separation for some time, then that is the journey as it is intended. So trust in that. But when you feel ready, when you are awakening and are open to allowing that love to flow in, feel it through the heart space. You can simply put your hands to your chest and hold the heart in the center of your chest and just feel the energy. Just find somewhere still and peaceful and allow yourself to know and absorb the emotions and the senses that come with that. So placing your hands on your chest, and you can do this with me now. Place both hands, one on top of the other, on your chest in the center, and just sit for a moment. So for many of you, it may feel so still, so silent, especially when you've just been listening to me and then all of a sudden we go calm. But yeah, just allow that. Just once again, just feel that. Do you feel with that energy there is a presence of anyone else around you? Or is it simply self? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel unguarded? Or do you feel tense and frustrated? Just for a moment, try and assess that feeling you are receiving through your heart space and know where it's coming from. Is it coming from your mind? Is it coming from your soul? Is it something that is simply of the body, or is it something beyond that? For those of you that know your twin flames well, intimately in the 5D, then I'm sure you will already sense that your twin flame is there with you indeed in the heart space, which he or she is so. And allowing that time and that space to come together just for a few moments each day can be so powerful, because it offers the space for the other person to step forward, to know that they are welcome, they are safe, they are protected, and they are loved. And also in return, the same messages come back to you, so you know that you are protected, loved, and you are safe. So even for those that perhaps have never met their twin flame or are unsure if this is in fact something that is real for them, that exists, you have to understand that everything is born from something so small and it grows, it takes time. But if you feel, even if it's intuitively, if you feel there is only a tiny little shred of possibility, then feel it, allow it, just embrace that little small amount and watch it grow, watch it transform and flourish. Be open, be awakened, be ready to see what comes forward, and trust in your soul that it will guide you. It will take you exactly where you need to be. Nothing on this journey is a mistake, because even the mistakes lead you exactly where you need to be. And yes, for many, that journey is tough, it is challenging, and it can be somewhat difficult to even relate to explain, to put into words. But you know on a soul level that it is meant for you. So have faith in that, please. Know that anything that comes your way is meant to be there. Even if it is tough, it is challenging, and it is emotional. And you know, the emotions that come up, that rise from these magnified moments in life that transcend every single aspect of self. Well, those emotions are there for a reason also. So allow them, don't block them, try not to squash them. Just be open to them, embrace them, be loving and kind to yourself. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a friend or a family member. Support yourself with love and kindness and know that it is meant to be. Right, I've just shuffled a next deck of cards and I have 2 cards that have come out, so let's go with these. The first one, okay. So it seems that your divine masculine is aware, and please understand that these readings are not gender specific. So if I'm saying divine masculine, this could be male or female, and likewise if I am mentioning the divine feminine, please just go with what resonates for your connection. So the divine masculine is feeling, well, perhaps a little confused, but also feeling on the edge of ready. So he is moving forwards now. He's feeling armed. He knows he has what he needs behind him. It's just a question of how to get there, how to achieve these things. And he's in a state of contemplation. So he knows that he must move forward now. He must reach out. He has everything he needs, and yet there's still this delay. There is this stagnancy. This is the void of doubt, of self-doubt, of mystery. And I think it's sort of, he feels unworthy. He looks at you and he just sees something so amazing, so beautiful, and he can't understand where this is coming from and how he fits into that connection. The way he sees himself in a mirror is so very different from the way you see yourself and him. Yeah, there's a lot of self-doubt there really is, and thankfully you'll be pleased to know that he is connecting with the angels. They are guiding him. So even in these moments of self-doubt, know that he is protected and he is being guided, and he can trust and rely on the angels to lead the way. He is coming forward. He's simply taking his time. He is observing. He wants to be sure. He wants to be steady, and he wants to be in control. Many of you in these connections will know that it is something so powerful, so strong, that most of the time it feels out of your control. And for the divine masculine, that is a big deal. It's something that, is never expected to have. He doesn't want to have. And that's not to say he does not want you. Definitely the opposite. But it's that state of being, if he feels out of control and he is helpless to do anything, then he is open, he is vulnerable, and that scares him. That really, really scares him. He feels like his heart is on his chest and it's jumping out, and everybody can see every last little vein within it, and that is really, really alarming. It makes him feel on edge, uncomfortable, really quite crazy at times. And yet, if he sees you or he connects with you on the 5D and you are together in union of sorts, he's at peace, he's calm, and he knows that this is right. But the ego, and we'll always say the ego is what edges the goodness out, because it drives a wedge in there. It creates doubt, it creates fear and worry. And unfortunately, at the moment, this is where the divine masculine is residing. So he is worried about the future. He is doubting that this connection is real, even though he knows it is. So he's just gathering all of his thoughts, trying to piece everything together, trying to be clear, trying to be sure. And for a moment, he's just taking a back seat. He's just taking it slow. So please don't rush the divine masculine. Give him that time. Allow him to do this off his own back in good time when he is ready, and know that he has the goods, he has what's needed, and he is coming forward when it is time. Okay, so the next card that came out of that deck at the same pile is this one, the High Priestess. So this is you, Divine Feminine. You are in your prime energy. You are powerful, radiant, strong, transformed. You are in your goddess-like stature. You are incredible. You are awakened. You are connected. You are at one with Source and the earth. Your higher self is embodied within you all the time. My goodness, Divine Feminine, you have worked hard. You have worked hard to get to this point. This has not been easy. And things have grown from what seemed like mere seeds to something so unbelievably beautiful. So well done. Well done for riding all the waves and the emotions that have come with you on this journey. It has felt like mountains to cross. It has taken months, years. It has taken a long time. And, you know, emotions, whether it be in the feminine or masculine form, they are not easy to negotiate. They can take hold of you without you even being aware of it. But you have somehow found the way to conquer that, to take back the reins and be in control. And that has got you to a place of transformation. You feel ready now. You feel ready to start your journey, to change your life. You are coming out of hiding. You are protected, and you know it. You know Spirit is with you. Your loved ones are with you. And you have everything you need, Divine Feminine. And it's so wonderful as well to see the number 11 there on the card, because that is your union with your twin flame. That is the connection of you both coming together to be equals, to become one. And that's what's on the horizon. It is beautiful, and it just is drawing close now. Very, very close. So keep the faith, keep being positive with yourself, keep being kind, practice self-love, focus on yourself and your journey, and know that he is coming and you are ready. So yeah, really, really beautiful card. Right, I'll shuffle another deck for you now and see what messages we're going to get. It's funny how sometimes the cards do just jump out the deck really, really quickly, and yet other times they really need a good shuffle. So right now I'm just going with it. We're just going to allow these cards to give me exactly what they need, which is a good clearing. So yeah, just give me a moment, and there we go. And another perfect card. So awakening. I feel like this is in relation to the divine masculine, because he is at a point now in his life where things have changed. His world is already turned upside down, as you can see in the card there in the image. Time is standing still. There is no clock anymore. He knows that whatever is going on in this world, it is from somewhere else. He knows about the stars, the sun, the moon, astrology. He has some awareness of these things, perhaps not on a deep level, but he knows that this is something else. This is extraordinary. This has come from, well, could be seen as outer space, but for us it's the higher realms. He knows this connection is different. And even though it's different, even though everything has changed and his life no longer looks the same, it will never feel the same ever again, even though it's all upside down, up in the air, he can see the beauty already, and he is prepared to look at it with a new set of eyes from a different perspective. He is prepared to negotiate with himself, with his ego, and just say, you know what, we can work this out. We can challenge each other as much as we like, but this is something good and we're going to make it together. So he is aware that he has the ability to influence his ego, to push it aside or to talk down, to word it in a way that means the ego isn't running the show anymore, because his higher self is awakened now, and it's had enough. It's had enough of this nonsense. It's ready for change, and it's ready to embrace it. It's ready to put the self aside, to let that egotistical nonsense move. To be honest, materialistic things, they're dragging the divine masculine down. He wants this kind of energy to end now. He's not interested in anything that feels anything other than magical. And divine feminine, when he is connected with you, that energy is so out of this world that why would you want anything else after experiencing that? And that's how he's feeling. He has paused, he has taken time for reflection, and he knows that nothing else comes close. So, upside down or not, he's prepared to gamble. He's prepared to take that risk and reach for the fire that's roaring within. He's ready to dive deep, to find out who he is, what he needs to do to get to you, divine feminine. He knows that you are his destiny. What a beautiful card. It's really lovely that that's come out. Okay, next one. And here we are again. This is quite alike with one of the earlier cards there. So the Four of Pentacles. There we go. He is standing there, the divine masculine, in his energy of I have it. I have what I need to step forward, to move on. I'm not even looking for anything else now, because I have everything I need right here in my arms, in this connection, and nothing can break that from me. Nothing can tear this from me, because this is mine. This is part of me. This is in my soul, in my heart, and it is what is meant to be. So the divine masculine is feeling very grounded, very assured, very confident that this is right, which I feel that this place of being at the moment, this mentality has changed massively from where he's been previous months, perhaps even years. Something has switched within him, almost like somebody has literally just turned the lights on. He has realised, and my goodness, the power coming from that energy is, well, it's just simply mind-blowing. Even for him, he cannot believe that he had put a dampener on there, that he had squashed it down into a hole, into a well, and buried it, because now the roof has been blown off and he feels it, and he knows that it couldn't get much better than this. The only thing that could make it better would be to have you in his arms, as he does there with the pentacles, to hold you, to nurture you, to love you, to protect you, to bless you, to teach you, to guide you, to simply be with you. And, you know, even just holding these pentacles, even being aware that he is at this point, that he's reached this important stage in his life and his personal growth, he already feels like he has you, because indeed you are within his heart. You are so close together now that he knows it, he feels it, he senses your energy, and there's no stopping him now. There's just no stopping him. No longer can he put a block on there to ignore you, to avoid you, to pretend you don't exist. Absolutely not. It's not going to work anymore. You know, you're part of each other now. You're part of each other. You are in each other, and you are meant to be there. It's almost as if he's found his feet. He's found the shoes that fit, and he knows that anything else is just going to hurt, and that pain is too much to bear. So why even pretend? Why try and avoid it? There's just no point. So yeah, I think that's really wonderful, and I think, you know, he's also coming to that point where he's aware of his emotions. He's not as afraid as he used to be. He's allowing that time to connect and feel who he is and why he's feeling a certain way at a certain time. And that's personal growth there. That is change. That is transformation. That's being authentic, being open, and being ready to step forward into the right light. And with you, Divine Feminine, your light is so bright that he will never, ever lose his way again. He is going to follow you and follow your light right to the source, right back to where he belongs, which is with you. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just shuffling the next deck, see if we've got any cards there waiting to jump out. Once again, sometimes you've just got to let the cards shuffle. They will tell you when they aren't ready. There we go, ready to stop. Right, goodness. So we have 3 cards that have jumped out. And let we go. First one, codependency. So I feel like this is in relation to both of you on your twin flame journey, and I could be wrong, and please only take what resonates for you. This will not resonate with everyone. However, I feel that this is a third party situation. There are karmic partners here who have codependency issues, so feelings of need and, well, I'm going to be blatantly honest with you right now. It is it's a case of love running dry. So these partners have found themselves in a state where they're looking back at their lives, at their position, and they cannot believe they've allowed themselves to get to this point. How did this happen? Was this the way? Why would they do this to themselves? Things have become stagnant, things have become still and rather unpleasant. And yeah, it's grim. It's a really grim position to be in, and both partners are wanting change. That's all they can think about. They're dreaming about a life that is better than this, that is connected, that is divine, that is something far greater than anything they've ever known, and yet they sit, they remain, they are stagnant still, refusing to move. There's a stubbornness here. They feel tied down. It's almost like a ball and chain situation where, you know, they blame the other partner. I can't get out, I can't break free. Perhaps they have children, and I do feel that that is a real issue, that there is an unwillingness to step forward, to find the strength, to move on, to do what is right, and to leave things in the past, to break free of chains of burdens that are codependent, that aren't from the heart, that are just a behaviour and a negative, bad behaviour that has somehow almost swallowed them. It's as though life has just taken over. So they're in this state of stagnancy, and there's no energy there. It feels lifeless, it feels dull, it feels flat, it feels hollow. It's drab. It's really, really drab, and it's grey. And to be honest, with this being, as I'm receiving it, a third party connection, both the divine masculine and divine feminine, goodness me, when they see their partners, and I'm talking the twin flame partner, when they see their twin flame partner's light shining so incredibly bright, blindingly beautiful, well, that just, it does ring it home. It just brings it home and makes them realize that, oh my goodness, I am living in a miserable, miserable hollow of a place, and I'm not happy. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. This is not right for me. I'm stuck, and I need to do something about it. So yeah, really a lot of pain going on there for both twins. And here we go. This is probably one of the reasons why. And again, this may not resonate with everyone, but for many of you, there may be children involved. So if this twin flame connection is a third-party situation, there may be children involved on both sides or on one side, or perhaps one person wants children and the other does not. And we see these children as such sweet, innocent, angelic beings that must be protected and loved and guided. We have to remain loyal to them, even if it comes at a price that costs us so much pain, so much difficulty. That is the sort of where society and conditioning has led us. And please, understand that these messages are coming through intuitively. This is not necessarily my opinion. I am just giving off the guidance that is given. But what I see here from this card is that the children will remain loyal always, as you will to them. So no matter what comes of a marriage or a partnership where there are children involved, those children will be connected to you always, and you them, because they are souls, as are you and your twin, and the connection there is so strong. You are within each other's hearts always. Soulmates, soul groups, soul teachers, here to work, to learn and to grow with you, and you will forever be together no matter what comes. So no matter what storm brews behind you, within you, from beneath you, your children will be okay, and you will be okay. And that's not to say that, the journey will be easy. Obviously, things in this situation are tense and can become quite fragmented and uncomfortable, and there can be a lot of disruption. There's no denying that, absolutely not. But those children are grounded. They are their own individual souls, and they are here to learn their own lessons, and perhaps their lessons integrate with your journey itself. So please do not use the children as an excuse to remain in a situation where you feel stuck, unhappy, miserable, lifeless, and hollow, because the souls of those children would not want that as much as your soul would not want that. Be loyal to yourself as much as you are to them, and they will stand by you. They will be at your side always, and they will know the way. They will guide you. You can look at children and you can see just how happy they are with the simplest of things in life. They see beauty everywhere, sometimes in the craziest of places, and yet we can walk past that every second and ignore things. I think sometimes we need to take a leaf out of their book. We need to pay attention to the smaller things, magnify the small, turn it into something more powerful, and just sit with it for a while. Just sit, even if it's nature. Just go out for a walk. Just look at the flowers, how they grow. Look at the grass. Feel the grass. Touch it. Smell it. Embrace it. Become one with nature. Anything really. Anything you find yourself doing each day, just take that bit more time to observe, to look at it with a fresh set of eyes, a new perspective, and embody it as if you were a child. Allow your inner child to feel. Because I think as adults, we are forced into growing up, to moving on, to just switching off, to ignoring certainly matters of the heart, but also of the soul. We have to get on, we have to get a job, we have to create a life for ourselves. We make friends, we go out, we do things, we buy a house, we maybe have children, we travel, we do whatever it is we feel we ought to do. And what we ought to do is not necessarily what is right for us, what our soul requires of us. So taking that time just to acknowledge what is going on each and every day, how things resonate with you, how you feel, allowing the flow to come in, allowing the storm to pass and to see things in a clearer light. Give that a go if you have the time, and just perhaps even journal it, to write a few things down and just see if that new perspective, that fresh, youthful look can change the way you are on the inside as well. So the final card from that particular deck that came out at the same time as the last two is this one. So, yeah, I think, as many of you will already know, this is something you have been waiting to do for a very long time. Perhaps you've had small snippets, should I say, of conversations. So small messages have come across, perhaps alarmingly. Perhaps they've even caught you off guard. There have been words that have shook you a little. But goodness me, there is so much more to be said, so much more. And the masculine is almost there now. He is really ready to take that step now. He wants to share everything with you. He wants to open up. He's sick and tired of pretending, of trying to squash it, to hide it, to mask it, to brush it over and pretend it's not real, because Divine Feminine, it is so real. There has been nothing in the Divine Masculine's life as real as this. And this again brings us back to that point of the nature within one's own heart and within one's own soul. So that feeling, that blissful state of belonging, of compassion, of unity, of love, its otherworldly, godly, source-like nature is so profound that the masculine just simply can't match that. There's nothing else out there that can feel as good as this. And those are the sorts of words he really, really wishes he could share with you right now. And you're ready to listen. You are waiting. You're, as in the image, you're ready with pursed lips, ready to just open up, to blossom, to allow the Divine Masculine in. Your heart is ready to receive. And if we look at the cherubs, I'd say that's your inner children with you, guiding you, telling you this is right, this is it. We are excited, we are ready. Come on, let's get on with it. Let's get this done. Why are we messing about? Why are we hiding in the shadows? It is time to step forward now, to come out of the cave, to move on into the light and become one with each other. So, yeah, really, really beautiful. I'm going to take another card. I feel like this is the final card, but I could be wrong, because my guides and my team, the higher realms, everyone around me that supports me and helps me with the readings, they will tell me when it is time, and sometimes that is when I least expect it. So just bear with me and I'll see what the next card is. And yeah, some of the cards are jumping, but not quite there. There we go, and that one's fell on the floor, so let me just retrieve that. And this one is beautiful. Coincidentally, we have already had this card in an earlier reading. Take a chance on love. So we have, as twin flames, both had the opportunity to look into the mirror, and we have faced our demons. We have seen our reflection, and we know what is coming now. We know that this connection is from source. It is guided, it is intuitive, it is telepathic, and it is from the astral realms and the higher realms. It is part of who we are as a soul, and its purpose has already achieved great things. It has transformed us from small, tiny little specks in the earth to radiance in the yeah, basically in the universe, goodness me, it has taken us to the universe. We feel together as if we have gone into space, as if we are on another planet. Yes, it is insane, and it is colourful, it is imaginative, it is beautiful, and it is powerful. And once as you have felt this connection in this sense, to this degree, nothing will ever match it. So you know now that everything that has been and gone before you has gone. It is washed away, and you are moving forward together now. You are supported, you are grounded by each other. You have seen the light and you are following it. You are being drawn to the higher realms and the goodness of your heart and your soul. And the universe and spirit are helping you get there. They are allowing those waves to take you, to transcend you into the being that you are destined here to become. So you know that you are one with each other and with Source. And from this connection, there are so many tiny, tiny threads that if you put them out there into the world to help others, it will transform the outer world the same way your inner world has been changed. It will become magical, and you will see creation unfolding around you all the time in every single aspect of your life. You will see it with the people you know and love. You will see it in society. You will see it in nature, in your home, in your energy field. You will see it in the stars, the universe. Everything is ready now to awaken and become something far greater than it has ever been before. And you have got to that point together. Some of you might be sitting here now thinking, we're not together, we haven't been together, I don't even know who he is or she is. How can we achieve this? You know, it's impossible. And as I've said before, I'm possible. It is possible. And I'm possible is a wonderful statement, because you are one. So it's not he or she is possible, it's I'm. You are together, you are one, you are one whole being, and you can do this. You have come so far. You really, really have. And I think sometimes it's only when we stop and we look back. So perhaps look back 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, however long this journey has taken, and just think about who you were back then and how you felt about connection and emotions and relationships. What you needed in your life then would have been very, very different to what you feel you need now. Your values will have changed, your passions will have changed, your energy will have changed. If we are in the correct flow state, we are ever evolving, ever changing. We are in motion like the waves itself. So much has changed, even if you feel that nothing has at all. Believe me, it has. And your connection, the bringing of you two together, whether that's in the 3D, the 5D, the astral planes, wherever it may be, that is what's brought you to the place you're in now. And that is just incredibly wonderful. It is magical. It is divine, and it is movement. It is motion. It can be chaotic. It can be like a bolt of lightning that almost feels like it's crashing down upon you and you're being swept away and swallowed whole. But believe me, you're not. You're only just there now at the light. And when that light hits you, that warmth, that feeling of bliss and unity, you will not want anything else for yourself. This is as good as it gets. Why settle for any less? Do not settle. Do not convince yourself that you are in the right relationship if you know deep in your heart and your soul that you are not. Do not lie to yourself. Do not pretend. The Kundalini energy has risen. it has begun to bubble up and it is ready to explode. The physical body is ready to receive it. You have that sense of belonging. You feel that safety and that security and that grounding when you are with your twin, or whether you are connecting with your twin. The passion and the emotions are there. It stems your creativity. The intimacy, the sensations, the movement, it all increases your creativity, your imagination, your intellect. You feel ready to take action, and your energy will allow that self-empowerment to come forward. Your destiny is there, ready to take. And I think, if there's been one wonderful, most powerful lesson from this connection, it is that of unconditional love. Because for many of you, you will never have experienced a love like this. There are no words that can even sometimes explain why or how you can love somebody so deeply, so intensely. Many people think, we need a reason to love this person. He's kind, or he's funny, or she's magical, or she's supportive, or she embraces the real me, whatever it may be. But sometimes, and I think in twin flame connections, that love is just so pure, so unconditional, that really there's no way to pinpoint what it is about this connection other than the empathy and the trust that you feel when you're together. That happiness, that sense of identity and purpose, the feelings within the physical body. It is a balance, it is trust, it is connection, and most of all, it is authenticity. You feel as true to yourself than you've ever felt before. You feel you can speak your truth. You have a vision, you have awareness, imagination, intuition, and you're ready to take on the world. And before this connection, all of that was just buried somewhere deep beneath the mask. The mask is lifted now, and it's not going to come back. It is too late to be wearing a mask. There is no more point in pretending. You are feeling that sense of knowledge, enlightenment. The ego has been knocked down, and the ego may still be there. It'll rear its ugly head from time to time, but it's your job now to have the ambition, the determination to just say, no, enough is enough. I know who I am, I know how I feel, and I know where I want to be. And that is a vibration of love and bliss and honesty and clarity with your twin flame. So believe in yourself, believe in the connection, do not doubt it. And if your ego steps in and begins to try to knock you down, to try and convince you that this is not real, it's all in your head, you're crazy, they don't like you, you don't like them, whichever nonsense the ego may raise, please take a moment to just feel, to just go into your heart space with kindness, with trust, and know you are feeling those sensations for a reason. The emotion is there, the pleasure is there, and it is real. Embrace it, follow it, trust it, and love it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have got something from that. I know it was a long one, but these things, as I say, are out of my control. I am guided, and I'm always ready to receive. I hope you can take something from it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.